RYC Intermediates. It's good to be able to bring you this lesson for today. Just wanted to let you guys know that I've been missing you heaps. It's been really good to check in on the Zoom games that we've been able to play and be able to join some of you there. But man, I miss just being able to be together, and I can't wait for us to be back together. But I hope you're doing really well. I hope school's settling in all right for you. I don't know about you, like I found myself really getting my hopes up for level 3 as we were moving into it. I was like, yes, we've made it through. It feels like we're actually going to get back to some kind of normal. And then I don't know. Level 3 is a bit of a letdown, right? Like, I don't know about you. I'm still at home. I'm still kind of like things feel pretty much the same, and so it was a little bit of a disappointment. And it got me thinking actually about the story of Joseph from the Old Testament. You might remember Joseph as the guy with the dreams. He dreams that his brothers are going to bow down to him, and these different kind of dreams that he has. And he's the favorite child of his dad. His dad had 12 children, and he's the favorite. And so his brothers send him off into slavery because they're sick of him. First of all, they wanted to kill him, but they send him off into slavery, and he ends up being the slave for this guy Potiphar, one of the officials in Egypt, in a different country from his own. And then Potiphar's wife accuses him of kind of messing around, and he gets thrown in jail for that. This crazy story that kind of just keeps going, and is full of disappointment actually. And so Pharaoh actually gets angry at a couple of his servants, a couple of his officials actually, and sends them to the same jail as Joseph's in. And so I want to read to you guys today from Genesis chapter 40. And I'm going to get you to have a little bit of a look at this with your families after this as well. It says, the captain of the guard assigned them, that's the cupbearer and the baker for the king, to Joseph, and he attended them. After they had been in custody for some time, each of these two men, the cupbearer and the baker, they had a dream on the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. Now remember, Joseph's really good at interpreting dreams, so that's exciting. So when Joseph came to see them the next morning, he saw that they were dejected. He asked the Pharaoh's officials who were in custody why their faces were so sad today. We both had dreams, they answered, but there's no one to tell us what they mean. Then Joseph said to them, do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams. And so the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream. He said, in my dream I saw a vine in front of me, and on the vine were 3 branches. As soon as it budded and blossomed, the clusters ripened into grapes. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and put them into his hand. This is what it means, Joseph said. The 3 branches are 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up his head and restore you to your position. And you will put Pharaoh's cup back into his hands, just as you used to do when you were the cupbearer. But when all goes well for you, remember me and show me kindness. Mention me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. He goes on to explain the other guy's dream as well, which isn't quite so positive. But the dreams, they come true. The cupbearer is released from prison, but just kind of like this moment for us of level 3 kind of not feeling like it's much different, the cupbearer forgets all about Joseph. He's kind of made this promise to him, forgets all about him. And the next verse actually, if we go on, if we read after that onto verse 1 of chapter 41, it says, when 2 years had passed. So Joseph, he spends another 2 years in lockdown in this prison because he's been forgotten by the cupbearer when he made this promise. I just reckon the story of Joseph is full of so many of these disappointments, but through all of them, and one of the things that I see in Joseph's life as I look through it is through all of them, he keeps a positive attitude, and he keeps doing the best that he can in whatever place that he's been put. It talks about how, like, when he's in jail, he rises to the top. He becomes one of the key kind of leaders in the jail. When he gets out later, this kind of 2 years later, after Pharaoh has a dream and he's able to interpret it, he rises to the top again. Everywhere he goes, Joseph rises to the top because he makes the best of the situation that he's in, and he listens to God, and he does what God would have him do in that situation. And so my encouragement to you guys today, and I really want to encourage you to look into that story of Joseph. I've got some questions for you to talk about with your families and things as well. But wherever you're at, whatever kind of stage of disappointment you might be in, whatever stage of kind of feeling like your hopes have been let down, or wherever you're at, make the best of the situation that you're in. Listen to what God might be telling you in this situation. And make the best of it, because just like Joseph, we will rise to the top if we make the best of the situation that we're in. So I'll chuck up some verses for you guys to read, some questions to chat about. But I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys again sometime soon.